Did somebody say WeeaBoots? Because I think I just heard someone say WeeaBoots. Hello and welcome to another episode of the WeeaBoots podcast. We're off from a hiatus now. How many months was that? Too many. With us
that
today,
was a hiatus? I just thought we stopped watching shit. I thought this
Sonic
podcast...
Month broke us like Bane did Batman.
If anything, it's like, now we're starting.
Yeah,
This is episode one.
This is episode one.
This might be like the first one we can put on iTunes. We'll pretend it's episode one.
There we go. So today we got Jayfromhailzeondotcom.
Hey.
We got the Bob.
Hey.
And we got Jeff.
Hello.
I'm Dan Video Games. Welcome to Anime Reviews. So today we're reviewing an anime. Gentlemen, what's the name of this anime?
Gourmet Girl Graffiti.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not girls?
That's what it said on Anime News Network. Maybe
I don't
Shit,
trust
is
that
it?
source.
I'm gonna go look at that real quick while you guys discuss this.
Okay, so this is an anime made by Shaft, I
Yep.
hear.
Uh-huh.
And Shimbo. And
He's
Jeff's already pulled out Nichijou. He's checked out.
Oh no, we
kidding.
lost Jeff.
Oh man, fucking Jeff's got his iPhone 6 Plus here, and it's got so much Nichijou on it, and Jeff, we're good friends, but you're about to be dead.
I think it is just girl.
Is it really?
Yep.
That's embarrassing.
Kofuku graffiti.
Yeah,
Kofuku graffiti.
However you would say that.
Yeah, it is translated as
Gourmet girl.
Son of a
Alright.
bitch.
I guess. So does that mean Ryo is the gourmet girl and the others are just fat bitches?
Well, yeah, because the other two can't cook for shit. So
Well, there you go. Okay, well, in any case, this is shoujo about.
is it really? I think it's just a
I think it's slice of life.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Because
It's
I've
not a
heard-
girl anime, it's a
But-
slice of life. Continue.
But they continue, or they do explode into shoujo moments.
I'm gonna say there's way too much filleting of food for this to be geared towards women.
Oh, you want to go into that? No. I watched it with two women earlier today, and all they were paying attention to was the food and how angry they were that the bitches who were eating all the food weren't fat. I'm fucking for real.
See, it's not for women.
Oh, is that...
See,
They were fine watching the food, right?
yeah,
Until they had the realization that they were skinny Japanese
It's
bitches.
obviously not designed to appeal to women because it's either women filleting food and still being fucking skinny. Like, and they're just like, you fucking cunts. You know,
Wow, you hang out with some really deep voiced women.
That's a
I
good
hang out
impersonation.
exclusively with bull dykes.
I hang out exclusively with aggro cross-dressing.
That happens occasionally.
Very rarely, yes, at a con or two.
I don't think that counts as women. Like
Well,
in
he's
multiple.
got tits.
Yeah, how does he self-identify? That's what's important
Yeah.
here.
I was like, he has long hair and tits. What do you want from me?
I'm
right?
still saying that's just one.
And he only responds
That's
to
woman.
Mistress Aggro. But in any case, yeah, so it's made by Shaft. Give me a breakdown, guys. How would you describe this anime? So, because I said shoujo and I fucked up apparently. So it's a
Bob.
shonen.
Okay, so
It's slice of
Yusuke
life.
Urameshi must solve some mysteries.
Yeah.
Either
okay,
of you,
fine.
come
Okay,
on.
it is a slice of life about three girls who really like to eat. One is actually good at cooking, and the other two just take advantage of her amazing cooking skills because she apparently can't cook well unless she's cooking for other people. I guess.
So the
No,
show
it
is
doesn't
about
taste good.
friendship
Yeah.
and food.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
think.
so it's
Yes.
like Yu-Gi-Oh with food and no awesome card games.
Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh was about friendship? I thought it was about holding a lighter and not catching on fire.
There was that one chapter which
Yes.
never got.
That was fucking awesome.
Did this happen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fucking happened in
yeah,
the Yu-Gi-Oh manga.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Go
that
ahead.
because I did tell him this one.
It's relevant.
It's
It's a fucking
I don't
anime
think so.
podcast. If we're not telling it
yeah.
now.
Okay. In the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, it got pretty metal at times. And there was a fucking guy who escaped from prison, and he was like holding people hostage in like a burger joint that Taya worked at. And Yugi just walks up to him, and it's like, we're gonna play a game. He's just like, all right. And the guy goes to pour his vodka. He's like you can only use one finger in this game. And the guy's like, all right, well, I'm going to choose my index finger. That's what the his index finger had the trigger on the gun. And Yuki's like, well, I'm going to choose my thumb. So he had a lighter. So he lights the guy's cigarette while he's pouring the vodka, and then puts the lighter on the back of his hand. So he can't move his hand because he's pouring the vodka, and he can't use his other hand or else he'll stop pointing his gun at Yugi. And he can't shoot Yugi because the recoil will make him drop the lighter. He's already pouring vodka all over himself at this point. So he freaks out, and he drops his cigarette in the puddle of vodka that's on his lap and lights himself on fucking fire.
Now, does that sound anything like the fucking TV show?
It was just like he grabs Taya, runs off, and that guy is left burning to death. In another episode, he fucking used nitroglycerin to blow up a fellow student because he took his spot in a fucking school festival.
The manga sounds like it would have been a lot better.
Fucking Yami Yuki's a fucking sociopath in the goddamn manga, at least in the beginning.
So I'm eating Japanese airline food.
How about that? It smells
Is that
real
what
weird.
that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, opening that is just wow.
Huh.
No.
Nice.
So what that is?
I get this kind of stuff at the Oriental Market every now and
Cool.
then.
I get that kind of stuff from my girlfriend who's on a Japanese airline.
Sounds like a more expensive way to get it.
Yeah. It works out about the same.
So, okay.
Especially for me, I didn't pay shit.
True.
So, Gourmet Girl Graffiti.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, we're supposed to. That's what this podcast is going to be titled, right?
Remember that episode of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Gourmet Girl Graffiti, kind of.
Okay, all right. Why don't we all voice our opinion, Bob?
Okay. I think it's okay. It's not it's not great by any means. It's just sort of easygoing. Really, nothing happens in it. There's lots of them eating food, and I like it just because it's got really intricately drawn food, and they talk about the food and show it being cooked and stuff, and it makes me want to eat food.
Okay,
Like that.
so real quick, Bob,
What's up?
we reviewed an anime once upon a time called Blue Spring Ride.
Uh huh.
Why is this better than Blue Spring Ride?
Because there's food. Like the whole crux
No,
is
you're
that.
good. We're good. Yeah, we're,
Okay,
yeah.
that's all I need.
Okay, Jay.
Dan, you know my history with Shimbo. I am a huge Shimbo fanboy.
Yes.
I have purchased every single anime Shimbo anime that's been released stateside, with the exception of Nisekoi.
Yeah.
And because Nisekoi was garbage, and apparently had the same directors, because Shimbo is the chief director. And then this other guy, Naoyuki Tetsuya, did Nisekoi, and he also directed Graffiti or Gourmet Girl Graffiti. I think those two should never be put together, because when they do, they make terrible fucking anime.
Okay, so you are not a fan.
This anime bored me so goddamn much, and it's like I can't really pick because slice of life. They are kind of inherently, I guess you could say, boring because not a whole lot happens. But there's usually something like an engaging character. There's a premise. There's an idea that kind of holds the whole thing together.
Well, with Slice of Life, I would say a lot of them benefit from just having really good characters that you can enjoy as a viewer.
Yeah, there's really good dynamics between characters. Each character has a very set personality. Sometimes they evolve throughout the course of the show. You see them get closer as friends. Mm-hmm. They have some sort of goal that they're working towards, and you kind of just see them progress. And here, it's just they go to a prep school, which has nothing to do with food, and then they just kind of hang out after school once a week, and they cook something and eat it. And that pretty much is the entirety of this fucking show. And it bores me to fucking tears because none of the characters have anything really interesting going on. They are all really fucking boring, for me at least. And I almost enjoyed Blue Spring Ride, damn it. So that says a lot of what it takes to bore me in an anime.
Okay, so real quick before me and Jeff give our opinions, I'm going to take a moment and try to encapsulate the average episode. Now, the beginning of the series takes off, and the main character, Ryo, is cooking, and she doesn't think her food's very good and whatever, and It just doesn't click. And then eventually she's asked by, I believe it was her aunt, whether or not her second cousin could come and stay with her while attending a school in Tokyo. And as her cousin just hangs out and stuff, she cooks, and then it's magically delicious because she's trying to cook to make it really work for her cousin. And most of this, all of this is covered in the first episode, but that seems to be what every episode is about. And the second main tangent is that this cousin is weirdly jealous and gay for the main character. The cousin's name is Kirin Morino. So there's this relationship between the two of them where it's like, you know, she'll run into a classmate and the classmate will be like, oh yeah, at school, blah, 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 blah. And Kirin will get bitterly jealous because she's never seen that side of Ryo before, and she gets really possessive and angry and flustered and doesn't like this person now. And that's the sort of series this is. They cook a lot of...
But then they become friends, though.
They cook food. I almost said they cook a lot of food. I would have to say, compared to the runtime, they don't cook enough food. And I've heard that complaint not just from me.
I can agree with you.
I've heard that complaint from my girlfriend Tosh, who was watching it with me, and she's just like, I wish these dumb bitches would shut the fuck up and cook some more. Because a lot of what they're saying is pretty dismal. In any case, Jeff, let's move on to your opinion, because I think I sort of covered it there. You know, you get one episode introducing that character, the second episode introducing her to a friend of main character Ryo, and she gets jealous. Third episode, you get some sort of triangle going on of friendship and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, my friends left me while I was asleep. I'm such a miserable person that I fell asleep during a movie, and now I don't have friends. That's a thing that happens in this series. I don't know. I think I did an okay job of just broad strokes. Unless anyone had any dynamics they wanted to add?
What dynamics?
Right. So, in any case, Jeff, what was your opinion
I think
on Gourmet Girl Graffiti?
There's not enough food in it, definitely.
Okay, so...
And not enough Sheena.
Yeah.
That's... Everything else is more or less just the lowly character complaining that she doesn't have the food she wants, or it's hot, or something. She just complains the whole episode.
Now, there is an element that I didn't mention that I feel like somebody should have caught, but it's just this weird subtext that we're all kind of uncomfortable bringing up. All of the food and the way they eat it is fucking sexual as hell, and it is weird as shit. They cut an omelet. They cut an omelet, and it is just weirdly sexual and gross, and almost like they're vasecting it. Like, it's just the weirdest shit. Like, they bite into some, what was it?
Well, I mean, the omelet, that's...
They bit into something, and, like, the cheese exploded out of it, like,
Okay.
It cheese omelet with the viscous white cheese.
Yeah, it was viscous. It was a rectangular cuboid omelet, so it wasn't, like, round or anything. She's just biting into this long fucking... And then it bursts out, and she's like, ah! Every time they go to eat... Like, no shit, third episode, she now has luscious lips for this shot, because we fucking need it, and her boobs are bigger, and one of them's smaller now, but whatever.
Okay, and I was saying before this, you know, it is Shaft, so if you, like I said, if you don't want asymmetrical tits, you need to go buy the Blu-ray where they're going to probably fix that.
As important as symmetrical tits are to me, let me tell you, I am not going to buy this on disc, so I guess I will never know the glory that is symmetrical tits on a main character.
You can just wait till Kotaku posts all the comparison shots.
There you go.
I know, right? I was telling someone that earlier today when they were pointing out the problems, but...
God, I hate every time I've any article that's anime related that I've ever seen on Kotaku, so...
That's fair. I have this problem. I hate Kotaku.
Yeah, I mean...
It's
that
a
too.
lot less specific, but it's just as strong.
Yeah, I can never tell if, like, every Kotaku article is shit, or if I just keep, like, you know, seeing the shit ones, like, show up in, like, my Facebook feed or whatever.
Right. I imagine a lot of people who are friends with me see Kotaku in their news feed, because it's like, Daniel commented on this. Oh, there goes Daniel again, yelling at the wind. They had a video guide on, like, how to set up your equipment to record videos. And then I'm like, from the worst fucking looking website on the goddamn internet with videos that look like garbage that idiots that are 10 years old and shop at GameStop can fucking top. And then I forgot I was friends with a video editor there, and he was like, no.
So,
it was a moment. In any case.
This anime.
Would anyone like to know my opinion? I'm of two minds here.
Okay.
Please continue.
One mind is that it's a horrifically boring anime. Okay. The other mind is fucking disgusted and terrified by this thing because of the weird shit they do to food, and most of it's just them eating and remarking about it, and I keep getting zoom-ins of mouths. Now, everyone in this room, well, actually, Jeff might not know. I have a thing about hearing people eat. Luckily, the audio in this doesn't have, like, chewing sounds or anything.
That would be pretty weird.
Fucking weird. That would actually be kind of funny. If it was just like, well, for the next 4 minutes of this anime, I'd have to listen to this.
I like that in episode 5 they actually make note of how weird it is that they act the way they do as they eat. Like their mom is there like, oh good, other people do this. This isn't that weird for her to be doing.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of weird at the end, because I just thought that like it was some sort of, because I thought it was just like this weird Shimboism where it's just this over dramatized way of, composing the shot.
Because like the hair will change to become more like draping over their face as they go, oh, fucking cheeseburger. But it's never a cheeseburger. It's really Asian food.
Yeah.
Like none of it's not even mistakable as not super fucking Japan.
It's probably how they were able to keep their figures. It's not just greasy food. It's all just like eel over rice or grilled squid.
Okay, first off, rice is not rice, that shit's like high in carbs and that shit's fattening.
Yes, it is. It's the bread of Japan.
Yeah. Speaking of the bread of Japan, God damn it, I don't throughout most of watching this show, I was thinking, God, I'd rather be watching Yakitatte.
I mean, see, that's the thing. I'm sort of insulted that Bob is sitting here and he's like, it's okay because it has food. And I'm like, no, we have a higher standard for food animes, Bob. Come on.
Yakitatte only has bread. This just has random
it
food.
also has any amount of science.
Right.
Yeah,
This had no amount of science.
Yeah, that's like one of the things that really kills me about this show is that, like, we're gonna make this, and you see them.
Oh, okay, cool. What are you doing different? Oh, I made it with love.
Yeah, and like,
that's cool. Can I do that? Does that come in a jar? I just add love.
You see them, like a quick montage of them like dicing something, boiling something, stirring something, and then you get the finished product. That's like, and then they eat.
The closest thing to fucking science in this, of any like, here's some like ground level involvement on what's different, is when she was like, my grandmother cut down on the salt because I like the sweeter taste as a kid. Oh my god, heartwarming moment. And I was like, cool. Can you, like, do that, but for that chick you're cooking for constantly? I mean, there was that one moment where she was like, I thought about that sandwich that sucked, so I made, like, one of these have cheese in it. It was like, cool, why'd you do that? Like, we didn't like that sandwich that sucked. It sucked.
I think that a lot of the food tasting better thing is that she just didn't like the taste of her food because she was lonely. It's not a straight up she's making it any differently for the other girl.
That's what I took away from that
at the
as well.
same time, that is like the whole point of episode 4, where she's like, oh, okay, I get it. Because I'm making it for someone, I put a lot more care into it. She literally says this. She's like, it's good because I put so much care and attention into it to make it better. Like, that is love. She's physically applying love. I'm not saying she's anime powering up, but that's a stupid level of involvement for cooking. There's no like, oh, hey, wait, if I use this different technique, fucking Yakitatte Japan, every goddamn episode, it's like, I let the fucking yeast ferment a little bit longer, so now it's more spongy. Like, that's infinitely more science than this, where it's like, there's less salt, so it tastes less salty.
Okay.
So, I don't know, for food anime, it's just horrifically disappointing. And
for a Shaft and for a Shimbo anime, it is horribly disappointing.
Which, now's a good time to sort of bridge the whole, like, this is my first Shimbo anime, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, Jay loves Shimbo animes. I walk through the living room when we were roommates all the time, and I'm like, oh, wow, that looks really cool. Oh, look at that. That's neat. And then he's like, oh, yeah, Shimbo's doing a cooking anime, and it's called Gourmet Graffiti Girl or whatever, Gourmet Girl Graffiti. And I was like, oh, cool, I get to watch a Shimbo anime that's about cooking.
Yeah, that was my thought.
It'll be my first Shimbo anime. And then I watch it and I'm like, this is fucking garbage. Okay. This goes at the bottom of all the animes we've reviewed on WeeaBoots.
I would still put this maybe above a Kamiga Kill, but...
Nope.
I really fucking hate
Same
the
level.
Kami got killed.
I mean, at least they thought with the Kami got killed. They're like,
Yeah.
there's a society and they're taking advantage of people
Like-
and, hey, magic power arms.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I dislike this more than Nisekoi. Because Nisekoi was horribly fucking generic
Okay, let's
garbage.
compare this on a scale of me getting stomped in the nuts.
Right? Because I'm just like, because, you know, I wanted, like, I kind of worry about because Shimbo kind of lost it, but I'm starting to blame it on this fucking director who's the head director, and then Shimbo's just the chief director, because I'm still watching, like the Monogatari's that he's putting out, and I'm like, those are still good.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking, when I saw Makaku City Actors, that was really good. And then there's this fucking garbage.
So we're gonna go to Japan. We're just gonna wait outside a Shaft for this asshole, and then beat him up while yelling at him in English.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Don't speak English, please don't."
So, okay. Like, some things that would fix this anime, like, tenfold. Like, you know, just make it infinitely
If
better.
anyone in the production cared at all to make an interesting character, like even
Yeah,
one,
just, you know, give them more distinct personalities, first off. Because they're all just kind of, I like food, I bitch a lot, and I like food. That's about it.
I'm kind of surprised. This is apparently the only manga from the from the original creator here, and the rest of her work is key animation stuff. It's strange.
Yeah.
I usually don't see that when I look at the.
She was a
manga
key
artist.
animator for Naruto Blitz Tactics.
cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
Like, I don't know, I had to explain the Baku's Boss, like, I don't remember what that is. I was like, my only frame of reference for it is all the panty shot fart jokes from AMV Hell 3. That's my frame of reference for Naruto Blitz Tactics. But, okay, but yeah, like I said, you know, characters with defined personalities. The school they go to, the prep school they go to, should be a fucking cooking school, so that way it ties into, you know, the whole thing about with their obsession with food.
I mean, yeah, that'd be good.
And then if they got into the science of the food, like what
that'd
they're
be
doing,
cool.
how they're making it,
Yeah.
that would be interesting. Those three things, because also, since it's Shimbo and Shaft, stylize it, hyper stylize it. You know, keep it all cute and, you know, whatever, but give it some stylized flair to it.
Yeah, there wasn't really any flair. It almost
Like-
kind of seemed like a multicam shot television
Yeah,
show
like-
at points where it's like, and then we go in for a zoom for a smile, and then we go back to a pulled out
Yeah,
shot.
like there's a few.
Here's the most stylized thing. You ready for this? One time they did a below shot where they were sitting on the ground, but you could see through the ground and you saw their butts.
Yeah,
They sat on the perspective.
yeah.
That was the most stylized thing, and I'm like, why did you do that?
Yeah, what was it? There was the scene. What was it? With episode 5 with the whole flowing noodle thing. Like the way the episode started, you know, because like the background had like harsh black shadows.
Yeah.
And you know, like that had a lot of flair and style to it. I'm like,
Okay, that's true.
That looks very Shimbo.
I feel like...
And there's like a few minor Shimboisms here and there, like the way like some of the shot compositions, but they are so
Yes.
few and far between that I'm like, this might as well even not be like even have his name attached to it, because like even like some of his much tamer stuff like Moon Phase, like you could still see like the shot compositions, the framings, just the pacing. You know, you can see his thumbprints all over that.
Right.
This, it was just like, oh, that kind of looked like something that he would do. Oh, that's framed like how he would, but like it'd be like once or twice per episode, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. A couple of the intro segments before the episodes actually began were stylized.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that dream sequence with the Nori head
Yeah, that
onigiri
weird-
was yeah.
Yeah.
And that and the one you just mentioned were pretty stylized compared to basically everything else.
The outro is really nice.
Yeah, I like the outro, except for that jar at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which,
Well,
like,
don't worry. If you buy the Blu-ray, the jar will be fine.
All right. Okay. Let's,
just to contextualize this, in case any of you ever watch this, because some of you probably will before you watch this or whatever, or listen to this or whatever. There's a jar on the left in the beginning of that fucking outro, and it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's wrong. Like I don't
it's
know.
just the label.
label
The label
itself
is
is
like
drifting.
turning and drifting, and this weird perspective.
Everyone's like, man, we really like this outro. And I'm like, I do too, except for that jar. And everyone's like, what? And we go back for it, and everyone's like, whoa!
Yeah, it's on the far right at the beginning.
Far
of the,
left.
Oh, far left. Yeah,
Yep.
far left.
And
At,
it's
like
just-
near the beginning of the intro, you just see this
It's kind of
glass jar.
eye-grabbing, too, because it has the three main characters on it.
Yeah, like
So
the label has
And it
their
looks
face.
kind of 3D.
Yeah, I don't... they did it wrong.
Seems like it's moving at a different speed.
Right.
Almost.
Or caving in. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That was weird.
Okay, so what was your favorite episode, Bob?
Probably episode 5.
Okay. With the flowing noodles.
With the flowing noodles.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't dislike the one before it that much either, but apparently everyone else hates that.
Oh.
Of just
So,
going
okay,
around.
just so we can cover that and sort of breach it. Jeff, you didn't see episode 4.
Right.
You're welcome. So me and Jay... Okay, so episode 4 is there's a really bad rainstorm and the cram class is going to be closed for the next week. So then, our second main character, Kirin, doesn't get to come over to Ryo's house. So she's just, for the first third of an episode, sitting around her house being a sad sack. And she's in this large, nice Japanese house in Tokyo, of all places. Like, she's living really well, and she's just being a sad sack. She's like, no one's coming over. And it takes her a third of the episode to do anything but stare at her phone.
Bitch, read a book, watch some TV, play some video games. God damn it, dude.
Bob, if you watched a live-action American television series that was that, you would break your TV with a hammer.
Probably. I'm not denying it.
It'd be like, 16-year-old, shut your fucking face. Fuck you, Disney Channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, what would even film that? Oh, yeah, Disney Channel.
I'm kind of like, I don't think anyone, like, anything on the Disney Channel would be that calm, though. Because there was nothing happening, but she's not, like,
That's true.
yelling
There's no, like, canned laughter.
Yeah, there's nothing
or,
like
her overacting as though she's Shakespearean playing it in front of a camera.
It was
That's
just-
true.
But thing is, though...
But most American television
But thing is, though, like, if she were overacting, it at least would have been interesting, because something would have been happening at least. It would have been something engaging instead of her
I
just
kind
going,
of forgot about that half of the episode.
Like,
to be
yeah,
How the
honest.
fuck do you do
Because
that?
I
It was
was-
9 goddamn minutes, and I'm just staring at it like, are you for fucking real? I'm living a life here. Respect me a little bit more than this. And it's just like, I am seriously paying a monthly subscription to watch this asshole be bored. And I know, like, Jay had the same reaction as me and Tosh, where she says,
Just
what
like,
was it?
oh, I'm so bored. Bitch, I've been saying that for 3 episodes. Fucking do something. God damn it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Backing up to what you think could be improved, Jeff, what would improve this anime for you?
A montage of all the food eating clips.
Okay.
Yeah, just cut out.
I just want the food.
If
Get the money shots.
If you reduce the 26 episodes to 1,
Yeah.
And it
Is
was
it
just
26 episodes?
we don't know what's
We
gonna
don't know,
be.
yeah.
It's probably
I
gonna be
really-
13.
I really
Yeah,
hope
that's
they
right,
don't
Chef
do
doesn't-
26 episodes.
Yeah, I don't
No
think
one
we can
gives Chef
maintain
money.
26 episodes.
Yeah, once the
They'll
once the
just fucking
series
die
run
by
is
then.
up, just
make it
Make
one
a
YouTube
YouTube
video.
clip, yeah.
8 minutes long.
put it to the background music or the outro music. I'll be good.
That seems,
Sick.
that seems all right. For me, I really think, though your points are valid, I think one of them is, like, absolutely the problem. It's just write an interesting character. Because, like, it's not like Slice of Life's inherently boring, even at a conceptual level. We watched that anime for the last episode. That was an anime production studio. And, like, that's
yeah.
a
Yeah,
boring
that
as
was-
shit job. It's all about, like, delegation, getting units to work together. But
Yeah,
since
I
the
fucking
people
love
had
that.
personalities, it really worked. Like, everyone was really unique in that. You never really came across a character who had important roles who was just like, you can't tell what my deal is. Like, you could tell the difference between the director and the producer and the fucking original creator and shit, where he's just screaming at him like, get your fucking shit together, we are not running a filler episode. Like,
Yeah.
there was a really good interaction. They felt like distinct people.
Yeah.
And this is such a small cast of main characters compared to that, which was huge. They had, like,
that was
our
almost too
problem,
many people.
we weren't able to keep up. Not the least of which because they're all Japanese people. So, like, they all have different names and they're on screen for a little bit of time. And it's like, remember this person's name? Here's their label. And it pops up with the fucking text. And it's like, remember this. They'll come up later. And I'm like, I'm writing this down.
At least that anime had the decency to constantly do that with this is the chief director for each episode.
And that was fucking awesome. And I
Because it's
feel
like we know you're not going to remember, so
I feel like they could do better to characterize even the few characters that they have. Because, like, how would anyone here describe Kieran?
okay. Like I said, like it's
She's just annoying.
it's
her role.
basically just
Planes.
Rio likes cooking for people. The other two like eating food. Like one's apathetic and the other one's obnoxious as shit. That is their characters, and
Yeah.
And the fact that I watched 6 fucking episodes of this, I got no interesting character dynamics or interactions between them, and none of them really developed in any unique ways within that 6 episode span.
And the weirdest part is Kieran's parents are even brought in, and they try to give them some sort of character, and it just falls as flat as possible because it's just so archetypal. Oh, see, the show's about cooking and delicious food, so my mom can't cook, and then my dad is there.
Yeah. Honestly, the mom, Kieran's mom, is the closest thing to an interesting character, I think.
And even then, I feel like it really doesn't work out because it's just she always fucks it up somehow. One time she made a whole salad out of parsley.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
And it's why did she do that?
The most interesting thing she does is just fucking that Russian roulette sandwich.
That was the most they tried at any element of any episode almost.
I think that was
they're check this out, set off and payoff. There's a Russian roulette sandwich. This person snuck a sandwich and they ate the wrong one. Oh, and it's wow, that's your setup and payoff. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Have you watched Archer? I'm just kidding. You might want to check out some shows that do that well.
I think the maid probably had more character.
Okay, I'm sorry. The
rest.
maid. The maid was the best character.
How
Mostly,
they praised her and then she let it get
Oh,
to her
yeah,
head
and
and then
she
ended up
kinda
fucking
fucked
up
up
trying
at-
to show
yeah.
off. That's more character than they showed for anyone else, and it was a minute clip.
Yeah.
Little throwaway clip.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair.
God, it's just okay. This
In the episode you missed, we had Sheena get sick super easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because tiny splash.
Yeah,
of puddle
you
hit
would
her.
have hated it because
And that was-
Sheena got sick within the first minute, and you don't
And
see
what-
her for the rest
Yep.
of the episode.
So episode 4, that was episode
sounds
4.
like it sucks.
It does.
So your waifu didn't even get any screen time.
I feel like waifu's a really strong word for any
Yeah.
of these characters.
Why?
I feel like it's a pity waifu. Yeah, you can be my waifu.
It's okay.
It's okay, I guess. I'm not doing anything.
I could do better, but
Yeah.
this season's kind of slow.
this season.
Yeah, things are okay. But yeah, cooking isn't that boring of a thing. In
No.
slice of life.
In fact, I think everyone in this room fucking loves cooking as an idea
Yeah.
at very least.
Yeah, and okay.
I've been pimping a
something that-
YouTube channel called America's Test Kitchen for the last 3 weeks on my fucking channel. So yeah, no, I love cooking.
Okay, last year, when we were, talking about anime, we all, shit, did you watch Barakamon?
Yeah, you watched.
Yeah.
Barakamon.
Okay, yeah, you watched Barakamon.
That was
Actually,
the best anime.
yeah,
we fucking...
I was gonna say, that
Actually, I have
anime
that
was
on my
about a
phone
fucking
still, too.
dude.
God damn.
That one was a fucking slice of life about a guy who did calligraphy, and it was the best fucking anime I saw all last year.
Oh. Yeah, that's. I mean,
Like-
and that was slice
You
of
didn't
life,
watch
too.
Kill la
Yeah.
Kill, but yeah.
Huh?
You didn't watch Kill la Kill, did you?
I didn't.
There we go.
Kill
I
la
didn't
Kill.
watch
Kill la
Kill-
Kill was good.
Yeah,
Then again, wait, shit, Monogatari second season also happened. So I'd put those on close on the same.
Now, Kill la Kill and Barakamon, hard to compare.
Uh-huh.
They're very, very different.
Right?
But
Let's just go into it, though.
I'm just Barakumon's better.
But yeah,
Because you were like, that was the best anime I saw, and Bob, he fucking dicked up, and he was like, hey, you didn't see Kill la Kill, which implies Bob thinks it's better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out there and say, fuck that guy. I watched Kill la Kill. Go fuck yourself.
yeah, I mean, I want to see Kill la Kill.
Okay,
but
so
haven't
to give
gotten around to
why you should watch Kill la Kill, and this goes out to everyone who is listening to this, and to Jayfromhailzeondotcom here. You know how Tarantino just has that nod and a wink in a scene where it's just yeah, I know this is fucking retarded, but yeah, he fires the gun across the room, and she flies out completely to the left. There's a lot of that, where it's just this is the stupidest shit, and you know it, but here we go. Yeah, Kill la Kill's great at that. Did you watch that, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So I'd say that's fair. Bob likes Kill la Kill a lot.
All those sexy cosplayers.
That's what I watch.
But yeah. So
Nudist
about-
Beach, there we go. There's an anti-clothes organization called Nudist Beach, and they say it in English. Nudist Beach. And they're glowing with their nudity. Yeah, in any case, so yeah, putting that aside, Kill la Kill's great. Gourmet Girl Graffiti really isn't, and I can't figure out where it sits on my list of things we reviewed. I know it and Blue Spring Ride are sort of chilling in the basement, not moving out, and they keep smoking pot. I don't. It's just like, guys, come on. The cops are gonna show up eventually.
It's just
Hopeless Reeves.
like, cause it's not even like, cause I kind of thought the cast was a little small, only 3 characters.
Yeah,
but
I have to wonder like if they plan to introduce more,
Well, the thing is
because
that
they keep showing like another person in an apartment complex, and I thought they should be introduced. They were like all.
Actually,
and they never do.
well,
they don't plan on introducing any characters. They're just introducing human beings to just walk around and say shit.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there aren't going to be any other characters just because there are no other ones in the intro, and we're already at the halfway point of the show.
True, but they keep showing her. Like, first episode, she's airing out some futon.
Well, the thing is, though, in the first episode, like they slap names on like 8 fucking characters, and I'm like, oh, you're going to be relevant. One of you was relevant.
And then the second
Fucking
episode,
Sheena was the only one that came back to any real capacity.
Yeah, they also haven't used the ant at all since episode 2.
Yeah, like they only
is
showed up
crazy.
for like 1 episode
She was
after
just there
that.
to drink beer and
Yeah,
leave.
that was it. It was
Yeah,
like,
she got
she's
fucking-
dead now.
Yeah, she got plastered and then like ate the Russian roulette sandwich. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, like, with Kill la Kill, like, let's say Kill la Kill's characters blow dig. Like, they're shallow, like this shows, right?
Right.
Like, let's just entertain. There are fight scenes. There are cool designs. There are things in that you can attach to. And in this, there's really just weirdly pornographic drawings of food. And not like normal porn, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna stick my penis in you, let's do this. No, it's like fucked up weird internet porn with cutting.
Okay, so
And I'm just like, oh, food, gross. Which is a weird reaction for me. I seriously don't know. This anime's food grosses me out a lot.
right.
Huh.
It really does. Like,
mean, it
just
doesn't
something
bother
about
me,
it is
it's
like,
just-
you're not, it's like if we 3D printed food, it would probably all act like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the food.
There were a couple shots of soup that looked great and
Yeah.
correct. Like,
Okay.
That was an accomplishment.
So on Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
this has a full 5-star rating.
So what we're doing...
I want to know, who are you motherfuckers?
Okay, let's just...
Who are you?
We can put a call out, and people can go and download it, and then you'll be happy.
Please,
Because
Like,
it
those
doesn't
people
fucking...
just saw the gifts and they went and voted it up, okay?
Yeah, like,
it's
that's
a
all I
gift
can think.
maker.
Yeah, like I want to know who these people are because I'm just like, why? Because just like shake them and be like, explain to me how this is a 5-star anime. Because there are 4 people in this room who all have pretty varying tastes.
The highest
in
accomplishment
anime.
was okay.
Yeah, and you have like at least 2 guys here, myself and Jeff, who really like slice of lives. Like, Dan, do you?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know
yeah,
that
I mean,
I've really
okay,
watched
fine.
any I hated.
Okay, so you didn't like Lucky Star, did you? That's kind of
That is the one I didn't like, which
Yeah.
would probably get me fucking crucified. Thanks, Jayfromhailzeondotcom.
You're welcome, Dave Video Games from GigaBoots.com.
Lucky Star would be better if it was like BoJack Horseman.
No. Okay, I'm
No,
just going
just
to go out there and say that.
Fucking get that lowly to sound like Will Arnett or whatever his name is, and he can be like, hey, you want to make... Oh, what was it? In the first episode, they make this cornet. There we go.
Yeah, the
Be like-
Choco Coronet.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
hey, let's
Whatever
make
it
Choco
was.
Coronets. And I'll be like, this show's funny because that voice.
I just God, fucking
There are no characters. I
Yeah.
really don't feel like this needs a huge dissection or post-mortem. Like,
Yeah, like, I
if
don't
they
even-
just look at their ratings, they're like, oh, what happened? Somebody in the room will be like, we didn't write anything. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Next time we write things. And you're telling me, like, real quick, I
What's up?
still don't want to believe this. This is based on a manga.
Yeah.
What is in that manga?
I don't know. Like, really well drawn food, I guess.
Is it a 4-panel comic?
I haven't checked.
so this really
Okay.
confuses me with like Shaft.
Yeah.
Is, Shaft has this history of ever since Shimbo joined them, he brought like his over stylized flair to to the animation. You know, Shaft
Did they
worked-
exist before he joined them? I thought that
They did.
Okay.
They didn't do a whole lot before him, but they did.
Yeah, wasn't it like 2 or 3 animes or something? I think it was something really
I
small.
think they did a lot of anime assists.
That's right.
Yeah, they did a lot
Because
of
we
that
saw
stuff.
them on something really old, and I was like, what?
But yeah, like Shimbo joined in early 2000s for Moon Phase, and he's been with them ever since. You know, and basically, you know, they work on a fairly tight budget, but Shimbo has, you know, his style and flair, which kind of compensates and hides a lot of it. And like, yeah, and they've always had a pretty good history of picking interesting things to adapt. And even when they don't pick something interesting to adapt Negima, you know, they completely just junk the original source material and make something fucking amazing. Or with fucking Dance in the Vampire Bun. Like, they made like the first episode of that series is not in the manga whatsoever. And it was this great, unique concept that just really was a great kickoff for the series. And they changed enough of the source material because I tried reading the manga and I was just like, this is shitty, lowly garbage. But the anime, from what I watched the entire anime, I thought the anime was fucking great. And yeah, like they changed enough of it. And now they're picking up shit like Nisekoi and Gourmet Girl Graffiti, and I'm like, but they're not changing the source material to any, I guess, relevant degree. I don't know why that's become a thing now, where they're just...
How much would it horrify you if the original manga was actually really good?
I'd flip a fucking table.
I
have you read the original Nisekoi? Maybe that was good.
Honestly, I've heard, because I actually went on a tangent on it wasn't a forum, it was like an anime Shinbun comment thread.
Yeah.
Just a big old paragraph about how much I was disappointed by and how much fucking just Shimbo just let that one slide and slip or whatever, and just how much of a disappointment that was for a Shaft series. And I got a whole bunch of comments back of just like, hey, you know, well, it's just following the manga, and, you know, it's an adaptation, and you can't, you know, judge them because, you know, like, you know, it's just, you know, and I'm like, okay, apparently this is a very faithful adaptation. They faithfully adapted shit.
Bob, what was that anime that me and Tosh watched without you, and then we talked about it, and it was only 13 episodes long.
That
and
was
involved, pulling things from
yeah,
the nether
I know what you're talking
and
about.
making demons out of it.
Oh man, what was that?
So we looked it up. The name of the anime was Noragami. And in Noragami, Bob's problem was that it really focused on, what was it, the assistant, the soul he pulled from the Netherrealm, just being a shit, right?
Right.
And he was just a little shit. For 13 episodes, he's just like, but I want to steal so that way I can get money and buy a skateboard, but then I'll just steal the skateboard anyways. And there's this relationship between the kami and him where if he commits a sin, it causes a blight on the god that summoned him. Now, there's a theme here, and it goes into an emotion, but at a basic level, that anime had characters. So Noragami may not be the greatest thing. I still think it's way better than this. I'm curious what your opinion is. Like, do you really put it below because of food? Because holy shit,
I mean,
man.
I feel like Noragami just didn't do as much as I wanted it to, but it was okay.
Which, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, it's
Man,
probably above Gourmet Girl, but
I
it was just achieved okay as well. It's
Yeah,
if it was
I'm
a 5-star rating system, they would both be about a 3.
Wow, that's harsh.
okay.
So they wouldn't reach gold or silver?
No,
So
they wouldn't. They would not definitely not be
Recommended or essential?
essentials. No.
Oh, that's tragic. But no, really, I really think like Gourmet Girl Graffiti, in my opinion at least, is like a 1-star anime. I have nothing to attach to in it. At least Noragami, yeah, with that universe stuff and how many mechanics they pull in that are so interesting, it could form a great narrative, but it just ends after how many?
13 episodes.
13 episodes, and it's just kind of sad. Because
So-
it's like,
Yeah,
man,
if they caught up to the manga, maybe. I don't know what the
caught up
deal
to
is.
them.
okay.
That would be really sad. Like, we adapted this manga that came out like a week ago.
That's what
Let's
they're
do
doing
it.
these days.
I know,
Of
it's stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's
like-
really stupid.
Oh,
Well,
no.
it's that or get a fuck ton of filler, Bob.
Yeah, or wait. And then that's banking on it still being popular in like 5 years.
Yeah.
And
pretty
they're
much.
not willing to do that anymore,
I
which
mean,
they need to.
Honestly, it's still better than like how light novel adaptations work, where it's like, here's a season, This was great. When season 2 came out, ha 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 ha. You just watched a trailer for a book.
See you in 6 years, Shaylin.
So what about watching Durarara 2 just this season after what's it been, like 5+ years since the first season?
It's been longer than
See, I'm
Probably.
looking at Princess Jellyfish over here on Netflix, and I'm going, I want more of that.
I was still waiting on
God damn it.
more Spice and Wolf.
Right? that fucking novel series is over.
Yeah.
The
it's
novels-
seriously
the
this
novels
bad.
They're like, don't worry,
Spice
guys.
Wolf
We
are
can
finished.
release this really slow. They're used to this from light novels. They
Okay.
won't realize.
I really just don't think they're ever gonna do it.
No, they're not. Like Spice and Wolf, yeah, like that novel series completed, never gonna get finished. Fucking Haruki, that series, that novel series also ended, never gonna get completed.
They're working on that Disappearance of Nagato Yuki anime.
That the thing is though, that's not a
Is
Haruki. It's a
okay,
different, it's an
that's
alternate universe thing.
okay.
Yeah, it's based off of a manga.
Bob, I'm not an expert weeaboo, so I come to you to console you. Light novels are novels about light yagami, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
And then what was it? Fucking
Very deserved.
Berserk, really.
Yeah,
Full Metal Panic. Didn't it's adapted everything but the last fucking story
Look,
arc.
Jay, we needed free season 1 and 2. We couldn't live without that.
Now, before we started recording, some people were worried about length. We have now spent quite a bit yelling about stupid bullshit.
Maybe we
Well, that's
should
because
talk
we keep
about.
talking about things that aren't that shitty ass anime.
Maybe we
Well,
should talk
that's
about what we'll
because
review next.
there are many things that parallel. Wait, we can't do that because we don't know.
Well, we'd have to discuss which ones we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta let our fans know what they're gonna check
All
out
right,
for the next episode.
Nichijou.
I know that there is.
Yeah, let's just do Nichijou.
Okay.
I mean, Jay hasn't seen it. I need a reason to rewatch it. Jeff never stopped watching it. He just
Okay.
moves like a fucking orbit.
Okay, so after that, or sometime not long after, or a few podcasts down the road, by then I will have the first season of Yakitatte Japan, if people want to revisit that one.
Yeah, I never did get to finish that series.
It would be nice to contrast that against this. How many episodes are in the first season?
27.
Okay, so that may be a bit much just because.
Well, I guess that Nichijou 2 is like 26.
Well, thing is,
But
though-
we get an
But we-
escape on that because
Three of
of
us
weird
always watch it.
logistics.
Well, thing is, though, that's technically okay because like the first season is, the whole the whole starting off at Pantasia and then the Pantasia newcomer arc.
Yeah.
So it's technically 2 stories. So if you just want to do like the first bit where they just just before the
I don't
newcomer
know.
arc starts.
We'll see about that. I feel like we should pick something from a new season, and I don't want either you or you, and I'm pointing at Jayfromhailzeondotcom and Bob from GigaBoots.com, to choose, because you have both failed me. You with the Kami ga Kill, and you with Gourmet Girl.
Look, man, I chose that because it was popular. That was it. That was just, this is the one that's in the news the most.
Bob, I'm the guy who decides what videos we record. Do you want me to start using that system? Because we're about to get a lot more face cam.
Sad.
Here's our playthrough of PT Drunk. Oh, I'm backing out.
I am 100% on board for that.
But yeah, okay, fine. Like I completely dropped the ball with that.
I'm just saying, I'm a little disappointed. I thought I could trust you two with anime.
I'm just glad I only lost one night to it.
I mean, same here,
it
but
took
at the
me
same
so
time, I
long.
was.
It took me so long to fucking watch those 6 episodes because I kept getting bored and started web browsing. I'd have to go back and unpause it.
I would rather review Sonic Boom cartoon.
Is there a cartoon?
There's
Yeah.
a cartoon.
It had
And
one good joke.
It's hilarious because the first episode's really bad, right? The second episode, the first half of it is fucking garbage on fire, terrible. And then the second half's good. And then from then on, it's just okay.
Do they reference chili dogs?
I think maybe there's
Maybe.
a thing somewhere in there. I can't remember what it was.
It's an
though.
American version of Sonic. They have to reference chili dogs.
Right?
Like we're the ones that came up with that stupid shit. Even the Japanese use it now.
Because it was that good, and so are chili dogs.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You know what?
What
America's
Gourmet
the-
Girls needs fucking chili dogs.
Yeah, because fucking. No, it's
Too much.
I need this. This is important.
I
All the
need chili.
spices.
I need the chili dribbling down your chin in slow
Yeah,
motion.
that doesn't look like anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna read it. Here we go. Feel free to sit
Yeah,
down.
I'm about to say,
first, Bob.
let them know what you're about to read because this is gonna be what we're gonna be, I guess, reviewing next.
next step. Well, actually, we're
After
gonna do
Nichijou.
Nichijou.
and then we're gonna do Cute High Earth Defense Club, all caps, love, exclamation point.
Yeah.
I feel like you would shout it like, love!
Okay, so I'll do the first part and then you yell love, okay? Cute High Earth Defense Club.
Love!
Woo! Okay.
There we go. So
whoops.
we'll be reviewing that after the next episode, which is going to be Nichijou. So if you guys want to watch Nichijou to catch up with us and join us next time after that, yeah. So those are your two animes. We'll remind you again next week what the anime was in case you guys are like, I don't want to go back 2 episodes to figure out what they're doing after Nichijou. No, you're just going to listen to the Nichijou episode and be like, oh man, they're right. This is the best anime ever. I'm going to stop listening to this podcast because all the rest of them are going to be downhill from this.
Right, they'll be like,
Just play this
Jeff
on loop.
actually has an opinion for once.
Jeff wasn't just mildly bored.
Right? Like, I'm surprised that, like, you didn't have more to say, because, like, Gabe and I are just pissed, and Bob's like, I like food.
I'm really bad at interjecting myself into conversation.
Until we get to Nichijou, then you can be like, shut the fuck up, Jeff has words to
Yeah.
say.
No, I don't think anyone's going to piss off Jeff. But Jeff, do you have any closing comments on Gourmet Girl Graffiti?
Are we still talking about that?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well have some sort
We
of
can get your
closing thoughts.
You could even describe the experience of watching it.
It wasn't very good. The first episode was alright because it was all cutesy and I hadn't watched like...
You didn't know what the hell you were getting yourself
Yeah,
into?
I didn't realize it was going to be the same bullcrap the whole 6 episodes I didn't watch.
Yeah, because I feel like once you got to the second episode, didn't you say something like, that's when you realized the loli's just annoying? 'Cause
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
some
it was like after the
exclamatory...
first episode, you got the exact depth of the show, and then it wasn't even like
Yeah.
we're setting up the
Done.
scenario. It was just
Yeah.
like, that's it. No, we eat food, kind of.
Yeah, like
Kinda.
pretty much if the first episode doesn't grab you and make you go, I want to watch more of this, drop it. Drop
I
it.
I mean,
don't
it's a
know.
little motivation for, hey, I want to know how to make that, and then you can go look that up, as this show won't tell you about.
Right?
Which I actually was interested enough to go look up videos, and Cooking with Dog has a lot of
Right,
those-
I'm like,
those
don't
things.
you have enough YouTube channels you can follow that just give you Japanese foods that you could make?
Right, but it gives you ideas for, hey, you can go try this one. Instead of just like, there's a ton of them. There's no reason, or it's hard to be like, okay, I want that one. 'Cause
Okay, so wait,
Whereas-
real quick.
what's up?
What I'm hearing is that when given the broader prospects of all of Japanese cuisine, you're taking your tips from a fucking shitty anime. You're just like, I can't deal with choice. Give me something. And they're like, well, would you like an egg dick in your mouth that's like creaming over with cheese? And you're like, sure. And then it's like, really? And you're like, what? No. I said no. Just checking. Okay. In any case, thanks for listening to the WeeaBoots podcast. Be sure to like us on iTunes. You can't do that. Write us a review. Give us a comment. Maybe we'll read them next episode, which is going to be Nichijou. So join us for that because Nichijou's real fucking good. And Jeff's going to come to life like
Spoilers.
fucking Big O.
Right?
He's just going to erupt for the ground and be like, Nichijou is so good. And then after that, we're going to have to do Nichi Bros. We're going to have to spin off our own podcast so that way you and me every week can just review Nichijou.
I mean, like, Nichijou more or less just means slice of life.
Yeah.
And then Nichi Bros.
Is like guy slice of
Yeah.
life.
Guy of life.
Guy
of
slice
life.
of life with no faces drawn.
Jesus Christ, yeah. And a ton of Square Enix shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like
It
Dragon
was
Quest.
super low budget.
And Gundam. There was Gundam too.
Yeah, because it's that's the two
Yeah.
teams working together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember how that worked out.
Yeah. But in any case, yep, join us next time. Thanks for listening.
Oh, that's what it was. It was Bandai producing the anime, and then the manga is in the Square Enix manga's publisher.
Way to fuck up getting into the podcast, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
I just want everyone to know how the rights worked out on that one.
It's important.
And now they know.
We come to WeeaBoots to learn. Does Jeff like Nichijou? I just don't know.
Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage over at GigaBoots on YouTube and consider supporting us via Patreon so we can continue making WeeaBoots. Jayfromhailzeondotcom is Hail Zeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Luckhash. You can check out more music from Luckhash at www.luckhash.com. Oh, and if you could, write a review for us on iTunes.
GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.